Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mike, DG Online, Dad Gaming Online, creating another video for the YouTube channel. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. Listen, I wanted to chat with everybody about how to very easily support your friends who are creators, not necessarily video creators, streamers. You got video game makers, you've got musicians, you've got website makers, all of that kind of stuff. And there's actually a very simple way to help them out, and that is to interact with their stuff. And I know that that sounds kind of lame, that you probably clicked on this video and thought I was going to give you some super secret way of improving all the views on your friends' channels. And this will work. It's not really a secret. It requires a little bit of effort on your side of the house. And we do appreciate anybody who does interact with the stream, good, bad, or otherwise. Obviously more for the positive, because too many negatives, not really great. And we'll get into that kind of as we start talking in this video a little bit more. But in interaction with content that is created, I hate the phrase content, I really do, but that's essentially the easiest way it is for me to kind of lump it all together, right? Because I'm not specifically talking about YouTube creation. I'm talking about your friends' streams. I'm talking about anything that your friends, your family, your coworkers, people you want to support, what they would essentially create, right? So let me just give you a bit of an example, right? Any video on YouTube that is interacted with, i.e. someone has clicked the like button, somebody clicked subscribe, somebody put a comment, somebody just liked a comment in there. All of those interactions feed the algorithm of YouTube and essentially will assist in getting more eyes on the videos. The more interactions on a video, the more views the video gets, the more views a video gets, the more interactions it gets, the more interactions it gets, the more views it gets. You kind of get the picture, right? The same thing happens with a friend who uploads music on SoundCloud. The same thing happens with somebody who creates a piece of art and puts it in an art gallery and wants you to come and support them, right? Showing up is basically the easiest way to support your friends. And that's ultimately what this whole thing is about, right? Something to keep in mind. What do we got to do here? Something to keep in mind is that while this is very easy to do, it's very hard to stay constant with. And most people who create this type of stuff oh, that is really annoying. Most people who create this kind of stuff are going to be perfectly understanding for those that can and can't, right? I get it. Not everybody's able to jump on and interact with the stream. And that's okay. What I'm essentially saying is, if you're given an opportunity to do so, you should take it. Let me talk to you about something that's happening right now with a friend of mine who's creating a game. Not creating a game, who has created a game. And there's a slight problem. The game ran into a couple things off the beginning where there was some bugs, and oops, I got eaten. The internet being as it is, whoops, right back in there, huh? The internet as it is, a little bit less than willing to stand by and let that happen, if that makes sense. And the immediate response is just to jump on, throw a negative review onto the game, move on with your life. The problem is, though, is that for a game that's up on Steam, every single negative interaction really makes a difference, because immediately that review is going to be seen by people who would theoretically be interested in the game. And the biggest issue that you've got is, now that that game has, I was trying not to get hit there. Now that that game has those bad reviews, people who are coming to take a look at it are going to go, oh, this game's got bad reviews. I better think twice about this. And that's a problem, right? You've got somebody who's kind of poured their heart and soul into this game that is, for lack of a better word, unable now to recoup that, right? They got to go on the defensive, and then you'll see them posting feedback and saying, you know what, like, really sorry you had a bad experience. We're going to do our best to make it up for you, etc., 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 right? The biggest issue, though, is that now that review can't be taken back. It's not that sorry, let me rewind. It's not that it can't be taken back. It's that the likelihood of it being taken back is very low. And I know most people are going to say, you know, let the reviews speak for themselves, but in some cases it can't be helped, right? In this particular case, we're talking about an indie game that basically has a staff of let's say less than 5 that are really trying to basically get all those bugs sorted out. And so as soon as they find one, they fix it, and then all of a sudden then they have another problem, and it's kind of one of those things that leads into itself. And then all of a sudden now you've got this issue where you've got people who are like, listen, I can't support this game because it's got these bugs, and until you get these bugs fixed, I can't do this. And they post these reviews thinking that it's going to make a big difference. The problem is, though, is that when we're talking about these types of teams, we're not talking about EA or Activision. We're talking about, you know, like equivalent to a mom and pop shop. You know what I mean? We're not going into Walmart. We're going into Frank's hardware store. And Frank just needs to make a sale today in order to pay for little Bobby's baseball team. And I see it often online, folks saying, you know, you got to support local, make sure you support local. But in the same token, too, these same people will have next to no patience when it comes to that kind of support, right? Another example, I've got some friends who have opened up a restaurant. They do the thing that all restaurants do, right? You've got essentially a scenario where you're a brand new place. It's impossible to gauge how many people are going to walk through that door, so you kind of do your best to figure it out. You don't want to go too high because it could cost you much money. You don't want to go too low because then you're not going to have enough food. And it's gambling to try and figure out the right way down the center. But every single good review helps people. The line after the first time adopters, it helps those people come into the door, right? The people who are the first time adopters, they're going to jump in no matter what. No matter what, they're coming in, they're going to check things out, and then they're going to let you know. The next group through the door, they're the ones that are going to be a little bit harder to get in. The biggest issue that you've got is that when that first group goes and blasts the video, the game, the restaurant, whatever it is that we're specifically talking about here, you've got yourself a big issue, because there's nothing that team can do in order to kind of get you back over. I have a real problem with people who are going to immediately jump to bad review because they felt, you know, cheated, or that the experience wasn't what they were expecting, etc. But they didn't give a chance to the people involved to fix that. And that's the biggest problem, right? Is that even in the scenario where you identify the problem to them, I'm sure there's a situation where that group is going to make it better for you. You know what I mean? They're going to try and do what they can in order to make that happen. But sometimes it's an inevitability that you just can't please them. And so that kind of brings me to the point. Can I just walk through here? Oh, look at that. That kind of brings me to the point where all it takes is for you to go out and to help those friends, right? Go leave that positive review to counteract those bad ones. Not just to leave the positive review. I mean, I think there's something to be said about being true and honest. If the game is bad, then you should identify that with the people who made the game. That's kind of what I'm getting at, right? If the restaurant's bad, you should identify that with the people who made the restaurant. If they respond and they're not willing at all to listen to your feedback, to try and improve, to do anything along those lines, that's when you leave the reviews, right? Because that's the only way then that they're going to, that they're actually going to listen, right? I think it's important to support those that need it, especially those that are the indie creators, the mom and pop type shops, right? You do have to support local. You don't have to support local just for the sake of it being local, but I think it's important. Oh no, I don't have any more eggs. I think it's important instead to give them a little more leniency. And that's instead what it should be. It's not necessarily blind support local. It's give those local folks, give those indie folks, give those small streamers, those small video creators, give them a little more leniency than you would with a large scale production, right? Obviously, if you're watching this video, I would fall into the graph of folks that are in this same bucket. I'm not asking you specifically to like or do any of those things. That's just something that I appreciate, obviously, for those that do go out of their way and do so. But what I am saying is that if you've got a creator that you like, if you've got somebody, a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, a coworker, somebody that is trying to make it in one way, shape, or form, it is incredibly easy for you to support that person. Like it's very, very easy for you to support that person. Oftentimes I will just throw a random comment onto YouTube videos because I think it's important to make sure that content creators know that their videos aren't just being viewed, aren't being viewed by nobody, right? And again, I kind of look at it from the point of view for me that there's really not much to it, right? I can send that video to a friend. I can click the plus button. I can do all of those things that are needed in order to get kind of the algorithm to assist. But I have a real problem with essentially what would kind of be like begging people to do it. You know what I mean? I don't like constantly bombarding friends and family with like, hey, check it out, I got a new video that's out, you should click on the link, please click on the link. That ends up being a bit of a sore point with me, because I really feel that when it reaches a point, the reviews, the likes, the comments, the stuff, it will come naturally over time as people watch the videos, as people go to the restaurants, as people play the game. What I'm talking about though is those first few, because they're crucial, right? They set the tone for everything. And I know we've been talking about bringing in people, right? What I mean though is that there's actually more to it in the sense of helping those people out a little bit. Sometimes they have a rough day. You know what I mean? Sometimes they have a rough go. It's that late night. They're looking at the numbers in the whatever proverbial thing that we're talking about. And they just need a little bit of a thumbs up. They just need that moment where it's like, hey, look, I'm here. I saw this. I'm here. I want to support you, and this is what I can do to help. That's something that I think all of those people need. When you walk into that locally owned clothing store, maybe you're not going to buy something today, but maybe at least you throw, as you're walking out the door, hey, this is a really nice store. Thank you very much for putting this store up. Thank you very much for the opportunity to shop here. I will be back, blah, 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 whatever it is. And maybe you do or don't go back, but that is enough to get folks to just kind of get that like, oh, okay, yeah, I am gonna make it, right? Like Yoshi trying to get up this thing here. Can I push this? That's kind of one of those things where I don't think we do enough of that, right? We oftentimes will jump on there. We oftentimes will throw the comments. We oftentimes will throw the thumbs up. And it's the same folks that typically will support you. Like I said, those first time early adopters, those are the folks that when they can get in, they can really make things awesome for you right off the hop. It's getting to that next level. And it starts with essentially a little bit of patience and a whole lot of support. I'm lucky enough to be blessed with a really awesome community that has kind of come together through a labor of love, through streaming, through friendship, through other things. So I'm lucky enough in the way that I have folks that are willing to jump on here and interact with these videos as I create them and ramble on for days. But not everybody is that way. And I don't know. I guess I just started thinking about how, what can I do to help other people, right? I'm somebody that needs help too, but I can't help myself in this regard, right? I can do self-promotion, but at a certain point, that self-promotion isn't really going to get me anything. What I need is folks to help me out. You know what I mean? There's a certain point. What do I got to do with that? Oh, okay. At a certain point, what I need is folks to help me out in the form of pushing my videos, sending my link for the stream out, you know, just clicking the thumbs up button. Those are things that, those are things that I can't do myself. And so for everybody that is able to assist me, I'm absolutely eternally grateful for, right? And so that got me to thinking, like I said, how can I help other people? And the true answer is by doing exactly that, by doing the thing that other people are doing for me. And so what I'll do, I'll go to the new videos, I'll search out topics that are, you know, things that are current or things that are doing stuff, you know, maybe an area where I'm creating a video, or maybe an area where I'm actively streaming right now type of thing. And I'll find other creators who are doing the same thing, and at the bare minimum, throw them a thumbs up, a comment on the video, a subscription to their channel, you know, following their Twitch stream, stuff like that. And while it does take a couple minutes out of my day, it isn't enough to not do that for them. I like to think that when I do that, the person on the other end is like, yes, this is why I'm doing it. And that's kind of it, right? Like it sounds like I'm being really selfless, and in reality, it's one of the like least amount of things that I could possibly do. Oh, I jumped way early, but we got that. Luckily. It's literally one of the easiest things that I could do. I'm thankful for the fact that I have the ability to have someone do it for me. So why not spread the love, right? Why not literally do the thing that I need as well? And that's, I mean, that's kind of the gist of it. It's super easy to do. How do I break this?
3 hours later.
Can I throw a... Oh, I can throw an egg at it. Haha, I got it. Sorry, I got, that was like ultra distracted there. My bad. Getting back on track, I apologize. The #1 way that you can help your friends is simply by being there for them. I know that sounds corny. I know that, but what I really just want to impart with you is that it's very, very simple. It doesn't cost you anything, and it will make someone's day. The dad advice of the week: help your friends. They need it. We can provide it. So why not, right? The best thing that we can do for our friends is to be there for them, which is what I just literally just said. Whoopsies. It doesn't cost you anything. It is completely free. And the beauty of all of it is everybody can do it. I have a challenge for you that I'd like to issue. It's very simple. Once per day, once per week, set yourself some kind of schedule. Go and find a few videos on YouTube that don't have any comments on it, that don't have any likes. Find a new channel or a new stream, somebody who is not like, you know, has 10,000 views on their video, and throw them a like, throw them a thumbs up, subscribe to their channel, leave a comment that just says, I liked your video and I hope you have an awesome day, right? Something positive. It's gonna make you feel good. I promise. That would be my challenge to you. Do it on a regular basis. Make it your goal to like one video per week somewhere out on YouTube. There's billions of videos. You can't throw a stone without hitting at least 5 of them. Do that and see how it works out for you. Support your friends. That's the biggest important thing. Thank you everybody for tuning into this video. If you enjoy content like this, I got more. Go and check the videos out. So one of them will probably be on the screen here. And I would like to encourage you to support your friends. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one, okay? So long, everybody. Have a good one.